Hey guys, welcome. LMDE 6 Cinnamon Desktop. I've done a couple of videos on the Linux Mint 21.3, so I thought I'd do one for LMDE 6. So for your fans of Linux Mint Debian Edition version 6, I'm going to talk about actions today. Those are the tools that are brand new as of I think a month ago. So actions, how they incorporate a lot of things throughout your system. Filming in 1920 by 1080, you can adjust your YouTube player accordingly if necessary. Linux is for any age, but the name of my channel is Linux for Seniors. That icon should be floating above the time date if you'd like to subscribe. 300 videos and growing on all kinds of tips and tricks. Alright, so let me talk a little bit about actions. Now some of these items I added, and some of them are on by default. There's a lot of stuff in here, especially for new users, and there's stuff in the download sections if you haven't discovered this yet. So I added several things, and I'll talk about them one at a time. I added how you can actually open your system settings by right-clicking on your screen by doing this. I also added the Take Screenshot tool, which does have a new twist, and another tool about restarting Cinnamon, and I'll show you several different ways if you like. So a lot of these tools that are in actions, I might as well open it this way, interface with your file manager directly. Okay. So again, I'm filming in 1920 by 1080. Hopefully you can you see this, and I will talk about some actions. So one of the tools in here, I'll open up the file manager. Mary's our user for today. It's just a made-up name. Is this screenshot folder. I'm going to actually delete it so you can see that it's gone. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up actions, and let's just do a screenshot of this, a small one. So I activated the screenshot tool, which I got from downloads. Any of these tools that are in here, you just click the arrow to install, go over to manage, find the tool, and hit plus. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of the screenshot tool. When you click on that, your screen just turns a lighter color, and all it's waiting for you to is draw a box around something. I'll draw a fairly large box and then let go of it. And then I'm going to close that. I'm not using save or anything because it's auto saved right now. You can see it created a folder called screenshots. And here is my screenshot. I'll give you the full effect. Okay. So that's the screenshot tool. The restart Cinnamon, I might as well show that. There's many ways you can restart Cinnamon. You can right click on your panel bar, troubleshoot, and restart Cinnamon. I'm going to do that one first. When I click this, you'll have a word in the center of your screen that says restarting Cinnamon, and the mouse pointer cursor will jump toward the center. Okay, that's one. I'm not going to edit this video. The other one is Alt and F2 small r. Alright, so if you are on a laptop, those function keys, the F2 may be assigned to something. So you may have to use a function of F2 for instance. But this is Alt and F2 on a standard computer. I'm using a tower computer, fairly standard wireless keyboard and wireless mouse. Restarting Cinnamon. Okay. And then the last one is Control, Alt, and Escape, and that also restarts Cinnamon. Alright, if you are curious, that is a watermark. If you are trying to subscribe, you're looking for an icon in the corner. If you don't find that, go find me on YouTube. You're watching this on someone else's channel. That has happened. Anyways, I will now continue and showing you right-click restarting Cinnamon here. I've now restarted Cinnamon 4 times. And does Cinnamon restart on its own sometimes? Yes. Under General, this is normally default. I did a fresh install of LMDE 6 just today, February 5, 2024. This is still a default. Restart Cinnamon when it uses too much memory, and the memory limit is set to that amount, and the frequency is set to that. You can also turn that off if you like. So again, restarting Cinnamon does not affect me filming this at all. And if I was writing documents, probably not so much either. Okay, so don't have a lot of use for restarting Cinnamon. That's great. But just thought I'd show you that option. So the other option is not being displayed in here, but it will be in the file manager if I go over to documents and try to print this PDF. That new print statement can be found right here. And that is send to printer. And it does that kind of almost silently. What I mean by almost is when you click that, you probably get a post-it note. If you have notifications turned on, you may see this icon light up, but it'll be printing in the background. Oh, sure, you can still open the document the normal way and then hit Control P or click that. Control P would be the shortcut. The only caveat to this is you just make sure that your printer is set as default. Now mine is auto-discovered, so I had to manually do this. All right, I had to manually enable set as default. So as long as you get that check mark or whatever theme you're currently using, as long as your printer is set at default, it should print to it. So there's lots of options in here, folks, when it comes down to actions. These have a direct relationship to your file manager, Nemo 6.0.2. So to give you the example here, I'm going to go to Edit and to Plugins. And I'll superimpose that on top of there. So these are the preferences, and I've shown some of these before. But to turn off like one of these options, like restarting Cinnamon, you can actually do it from here. You just saw that check mark go away. When I right-click, it doesn't have the selection for restarting Cinnamon. But that's okay. I can reactivate it here or here. It doesn't really matter. Okay, there's restarting Cinnamon. And I can do the same thing with the print. Turn it off here. Turn it on over here. So again, I just wanted to make you understand that there was a direct relationship with your file manager on these toys over here called Actions. There's lots of tools available for you. I mean a whole bunch. I'm just touching upon some of them. Maybe this is the first time you've seen some of my videos, so I'll rehash some of the stuff in your file manager just very briefly. And for my current subscribers, sorry, I never know when I have a new viewer. Hold on your control key and scroll back and forth on your computer mouse, or you can just drag. Or you can click the view, click zoom in and out. You can also hold down the control key and hit the plus repeatedly, or the minus or the 0. I substitute the plus, the minus, and the 0 with my scroll wheel on my computer mouse. I still have to hold down the control key though. Holding down the control key, scrolling back, scrolling forward. And please keep in mind, Nemo independently resizes icons. So I'll leave these in Dinky and go over to pictures and make them jumbo. And then switch between the two. So I'll have to resize these independently. Hopefully that made sense. You can always hit the spacebar to get a preview, and you can always move your mouse toward the bottom down here and click that, and you'll go full screen. If you double click, then you can hold down your Alt key and scroll back and forth. This will go to 2% and I believe 2000, but it does a fairly good job of zooming. And there are some other tools in here. This is X Viewer. This over here, when I hit the spacebar, just has an X in the corner. You don't even have to close it. You just hit the spacebar again to close it. Spacebar to open, spacebar to close, spacebar to open, spacebar to close. Documents, again, if you have the tool turned on, you don't need to open it. You just right-click and you hit print. That's if you already know what the document. If you feel more comfortable, open it up and hit Control P. Or find print in your menu. That is still available. I'm just showing you the new tool, the action tool for a quick print. Thank you for watching.